Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts. I'm doing a one-page layout for the Just a Sprappin design team that I'm on. And the challenge for this week is anything goes using the tearing technique. And I'm starting out with just a black 12 by 12 color book cardstock here. And I cut the white down, that's a basil avalanche color, to 11 by 11. And I'm using glue because I can move it around a little bit if I need to before it completely dries. Now this is just a piece of paper that I found in my stash. I don't know, it probably came out of a paper pack or some sort. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Fisker's tearing tool to tear the edges. And I want to try to get it down to 10 by 10 as best as I can. Now this is really thin paper. I call it scrapbooking paper. And so it's really super easy to tear. Now, when you tear your pieces off like this, you don't have to throw them away. You can keep them because sometimes it's kind of fun just to put the pieces that you tear on your layout. But in this one, I didn't do that. This tearing tool is fun. I bought it years ago when I first started scrapbooking. I had to have it. And about this time, I'm thinking, yeah, that's pretty close to 10 by 10. Just kind of eyeballing it. And it's not a big deal if it's not. And there it is. So we got 3 layers here. And I wanted to distressing the white just a little bit with that weathered wood. I didn't want it real dark. Just have a little bit of color to it so it's not white, bright. But yet I still wanted it to, you know, have a white tone to it. All right, now I can go ahead and put that layer on. Gluing around the edges. Again, so if I need to move it, I'll move it. Adjust it, and that's good. All right, so I found this black cardstock. It's got glitter dots on it. And I was using the opposite side of that tearing tool. Now, with it being cardstock, it's a little more difficult to tear it versus that real thin paper. So I'm really putting pressure on that tearing tool. And I'm just doing the best I can here. It's starting to tear off in little pieces. But that's the whole idea, is for it to be worn and torn, right? And I'm going to lift it up here and see if I can get a little bit more of that scallop tear on there. All right, so now I can go ahead and put that down. And I'm putting it kind of over about 2 inches in from the right edge. And I'm going to put this really pretty lace on here from Webster's, it's called. Webster's Pages. And I kind of messed up because I tore my piece too small, but I was determined on putting that piece of lace on there because it's just so stinking pretty. And score tape always works best for me with any kind of ribbon or lace or anything like that. And I'm just peeling it off here. I'm just going to lay it over a little bit to the side, and I was fine with that. That wasn't my original idea, but that's okay. And then I have a double photo mat. This is just white cardstock, and I corner punched it with a Fisker's lace corner punch. And in a second, I'm going to show you what it looks like in case you're curious. And it would have been kind of cool if I would have inked the edges, but I kept it like that. And that is actually my birthday cannoli. This is an Italian restaurant that's here in town where I live, and it's the best Italian food that I have ever had. And my favorite dish, I get it every time I go, it's a salmon farfalle, which is the bow tie pasta. I'm having a really hard time with this photo mat. I put it on crooked and then it stuck, and I was shocked because typically that glue doesn't dry that fast. But back to my story. So it's smoked salmon with like an Alfredo, real light Alfredo sauce, and they put some tomatoes in it, and I always have a little glass of red wine. And so yum yum with that. And then this is the ring that my husband got me for my birthday. And it's garnet, so it's really, really pretty. That's my birthstone. And my husband likes to give me jewelry, but I'm not complaining. And that's the ring. My wrinkly old hand. Hilarious, huh? Didn't realize that my hands looked like that. Now this cut I got from the silhouette. And it's, you get all those words right there. That's what you get. And actually, I was just looking at that thinking you could use that as a stencil as well. So I'm going to pick the celebrate word, and I'm also going to pick candles on that cut. But I'm really having a hard time with this intricate cut. I should have run it through my Xyron instead of trying to use the glue. Just because the Xyron, you can kind of pick off the glue boogers. And I'm trying to get that on straight. And the white kind of smudged out there, the white glue. Now this is the cut from the silhouette, and the word is birthday. And the cut came out where it's just earthed. So you have to glue the AY on. And at this point, I'm looking around on my table thinking, where the heck is the B? I have no idea where the B is. So I'm just gonna move on and pretend like the B is there. And I'm just gonna use my ATG to put my photos on. I could have popped it up, but the ATG was just fine. And one more to go. I have no idea why I picked these colors. I think I was trying to pick the colors that were in the pictures. You know, there's some reds in there and some blacks. And I went with that. Now here I've got a doily, and I bought a package of these at Walmart in their cake decorating section for really cheap. So I'm using that as my journaling tag, and I'm inking up the edges with the fired brick. And I'm also going to go in with the weathered wood. Just to give it some color and dimension. And I'm not using glue on this because the glue seeps through. It's a real fine paper. And then that is my candles word, which the same thing, when it cut out, it didn't cut out the whole word together. And I decided I'm going to try to use my Zig pen, which I haven't used in a long time, and it was not coming out. I just was squeezing it and trying to get it out, and it just wasn't coming out. And I'm kind of off camera, but you get the idea. I got really frustrated, and it kept sticking to my finger, I think, because I got glue on it. And that's the LES part of the word. And I just grabbed my Tombow, thinking to myself, why didn't I get the Xyron? That would have been perfect. So I'm trying to get that piece down, and there you go. Oh, it stuck to my finger again. Okay, done. Oh, I found these buttons in my button stash. They're from craftysteals.com. I got a big bag of all these decorative, beautiful colored size buttons. And I wanted to put those on the layout because the colors were perfect. And I'm using large glue dots because they're big buttons. And that one got stuck to my finger. He didn't want to play. Okay, that looks good. Now, there I am, struggling with where the heck is the B. All right, so that's pretty much the layout. Just so you know, since I'm editing this video, I did find the B. So we're all good. And I just cut that piece of lace off, and ta-da, there it is. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.